Hello, this is Kim Reads Urantia. Nice to see you today. And let's read from the Urantia book. But first, we're going to read "Light the Flame," right, by Andrew Harvey. Okay, so today is July 31st, and this is from a guy named Andrew Marvell. Not Marvel Comics. A different guy. This guy is an English metaphysical poet who lived. He was also a satirist and politician. Sat in the House of Commons between 1659 and 1600s. They had metaphysics. Okay, I'm with it. All right. I thought that, okay, they had a lot of stuff. Okay. Courage, my soul. Now learn to wield the weight of thine immortal shield. Close on thy head thy helmet bright. Balance thy sword against the fight. See where an army strong as fair with silken banners spreads the air. Now, if thou beest that thing divine, in this day's combat, let it shine. And now that nature wants an art to conquer one resolved heart. Okay, we are warriors, right? So learn to wield the weight of this shield. So it's right. I have to have courage. I have to have courage. I have to have courage to live actively, and not passively. This is what this is saying to me. So take up your armament, even though it's heavy, because it takes courage and passion to live life in an active way instead of just letting it happen to you. You have to be involved in your life and make your choices deliberately and be mindful of consequences. Spread your silken banner. Right. And show that nature wants an art to conquer one resolved heart. Okay. So we want a way to conquer. I don't like that word. I don't like the word conquer. I got to be honest. Okay. I don't really feel like I'm trying to conquer anything. I'm trying to build. If people believe different than me, I don't need to conquer them. I need to build. I feel more. I feel like yeah, I'm fighting. I'm fighting to protect myself and what I love. Yeah, but I don't need to fight with people. I don't need to fight with people. They want to fight with me, but they got to bring it. I ain't gonna take it to them. I don't need it. There's so many. There's people out there that feel assaulted by your very presence, just by who you are. By who you are an assault. Okay, so to some feeble, they're like feeble little rodents because they just run just because you're just there. Okay? And I used to be upset by that. Um, I'm not that scary. I'm just, you know what I mean? But you know what? When you've got the power of God behind you, it's like, yeah, you're freaking scary to people. But don't run after them. You got to just let them go. You know? Um and build. Focus, then refocus on building. I had somebody just because I'm saying what I think on Facebook sometimes, it's like not often, but it's like, okay, I got something to say today. Okay, so somebody, my cousin actually, I know her, otherwise I wouldn't have ever ignored it, but friended me, tried to, send me a friend request. Okay, that's my cousin. Just so she could tell me off. Just so she can tell me off. And I'm like, okay, there you go. Peace and love to you. You do. This is why I said what I said, because this is how I feel. Unfriends me like that. Okay, I see you. Okay, that's really sad. It makes me sad, but I can't run after that. Don't run after that. Those people, even you know what? If they love you, they only can love you as much as they understand you. And if they don't, okay, I can, I guess I don't really want to be, but I guess I'm a bigger person than you, I guess. Um, you know, I'm not trying to lord anything over anybody. I'm just trying to build a community of like-minded people who want to build community, right? And who believe in humanity and want to and God, that God supports humanity, um, and is looking for us to evolve our best nature, our highest nature. So let's go ahead with this. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I just want everybody to be okay. They get so I don't know. Yeah, they're scared. They're scared of yeah. They're like little bunnies that, you know. Okay. This is chapter or paper 14 we started yesterday, the central and divine universe. So it's more about this here. We kind of touched on this a little bit, but I think this goes into it a little more deeply. Yeah, because paper 12 was about the universe of universes, which is essentially the same thing, the central and divine universe. So it's like kind of, we touched on it. We went more toward the Isle of Paradise, and we've been kind of going back and forth between, okay, because paper 11 was also about paradise. So we talked about paradise, maybe kind of like on one level, and then we talked more about Havona. Then we went back, talked more about paradise or the spheres around paradise. Now we're talking about the central and divine universe. Section 1, the Paradise-Havona System. From the periphery of paradise to the inner borders of the 7 super universes, there are the following 7 space conditions and motions. 1. The quiescent mid-space zones impinging on paradise. Okay. The clockwise processional of the 3 Paradise and 7 Havona circuits. Okay. Okay, so there's the 3 Paradise circuits of the Father, Son. That was last chapter, okay? There's also 7 Havona circuits. So there's 7 circuits within Havona, and they all proceed clockwise. So they have clocks over there, even though they may or may not have time. Would you like time with your clock? No, we just want it to go clockwise. We just want to know what clockwise is. Nothing to do with time. Okay, I'm being silly. Okay. Anyway, all right, I'm being a little silly. I'm just going to stop. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Okay. The semi-quiet space zone separating the Havona circuits from the dark gravity bodies of the central universe. So then there's those boom, 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 boom. Dark gravity bodies. The inner counterclockwise moving belt of the dark gravity bodies. 5. The second unique space zone dividing the 2 space paths of the dark gravity bodies. And 6. The outer belt of dark gravity bodies revolving clockwise around Paradise. Okay, so there's 2 belts of dark gravity bodies. The first, the inner one, moves counterclockwise, and then there's another one that moves clockwise. Why? I mean, who would come up with this and why? What is the logic behind that? Isn't there enough that they're just dark gravity bodies? They got to move clockwise and counterclockwise. I don't know. 7. A third space zone, a semi-quiet zone separating the outer belt of dark gravity bodies from the innermost circuits of the 7 super universes. Okay. All right. So then there's another mid-space. So, of course, there's got to be 7 of them. 7. That's probably why. Okay. The billion worlds of Havona are arranged in 7 concentric circuits immediately surrounding the 3 circuits of Paradise satellites. There are upwards of 35 million worlds in the innermost Havona circuit and over 245 million in the outermost, with proportionate numbers intervening. So this is a thickly populated area. Each circuit differs, but all are perfectly balanced and exquisitely organized, and each is pervaded by a specialized representation of the infinite spirit. One of the 7 spirits of the circuits. Each circuit differs, but all are perfectly balanced and exquisitely organized, and each is pervaded by a specialized representation of the infinite spirit, one of the 7 spirits of the circuits. Okay. In addition to other functions, this impersonal spirit coordinates the conduct of celestial affairs throughout each circuit. Okay. Okay, so the infinite spirit is kind of like in charge here. The Havona planetary circuits are not superimposed. Their worlds follow each other in an orderly, linear procession. The central universe whirls around the stationary Isle of Paradise in one vast plane. Again, flat. You know, I have a problem with flat. You know, why flat? Because time is an optional thing. Time is really the third dimension or something, the fourth dimension. I don't know. Why do I not like that it's flat? But you know what? I'm remembering on Down the Rabbit Hole, with Marlee Matlin, that old thing, that old movie back 20 years ago, or not quite 20 years ago. Yeah, the guy said that, okay, the universe is pretty flat. I'm going like, okay, why is it flat? I mean, I don't perceive flatness when I'm going around here. It's like a disc. But why? It's like they should be capable of 3 dimensions. Well, there can be any number of dimensions. But obviously they prefer it flat. Okay, I can't argue. I'm just like, okay. The central universe whirls around the stationary Isle of Paradise in one vast plane consisting of 10 concentric stabilized units. The plane consists of 10 concentric stabilized units. The 3 circuits of Paradise spheres, right, and the 7 circuits of Havona worlds. Sure. Physically regarded, the Havona and the Paradise circuits are all one and the same system. Their separation is in recognition of functional and administrative segregation. Okay, no problem. No problem, got it. Time is not reckoned on Paradise. The sequence of successive events is inherent in the concept of those who are indigenous to the central isle. Okay. But they invented sequence of events. So they understand it. They just don't have any use for it there. But it is germane to the Havona circuits and to numerous beings of both celestial and terrestrial origin sojourning thereon. Okay, concept of successive events. Okay, is germane to the Havona circuits. So it's relevant, right? Each Havona circuit has its own local time determined by its circuit. Okay, so they have it there, from what I understand, but they don't really they use it. Okay, all worlds in a given circuit have the same length of year since they uniformly swing around Paradise, and the length of these planetary years decreases from the outermost to the innermost circuit. Okay, all the worlds have the same length of a year. Right. But in the inside they're going around faster. So they're not going around like spokes in a wheel. Right? So the inner ones go around faster and have a faster year. So it's like our solar system, right? So they're not uniformly traveling around like in one line or all around. I was thinking of that, but it's not like that. Okay. Right. Besides Havona circuit time, there is the Paradise-Havona standard day and other time designations which are determined on and are set out from the 7 Paradise satellites of the infinite spirit. The Paradise-Havona standard day is based on the length of time required for the planetary abodes of the first or inner Havona circuit to complete one revolution around the Isle of Paradise. Okay. So their standard day is one revolution of the innermost planetary bodies. For the planetary abodes of the first or inner Havona circuit to complete one revolution around the Isle of Paradise. And though their velocity is enormous, owing to their situation between the dark gravity bodies and gigantic paradise, they go pretty fast. It requires almost 1,000 years for these spheres to complete their circuit. Okay, so that's a standard day in heaven, is like 1,000 years. Okay, you have unwittingly read the truth when your eyes rested on the statement, a day is 1,000 years with God, but a watch, as but a watch in the night. One Paradise-Havona day is just 7 minutes. 3 1/8 seconds less than 1,000 years of the present Urantia leap year calendar. 7 minutes, 3 1/8 seconds less than 1,000 years of the present Urantia leap calendar. This Paradise-Havona day is a standard time measurement for the 7 superuniverses, although each maintains its own internal time standards. Okay. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now I'm lost. Because we just said it's 1,000 years. A Paradise-Havona day is 1,000 years. Okay. A standard day is based on the length of time. Oh, it doesn't say it's equal to, it says it's based on the length of time required for planetary abodes of the first Havona circuit to complete a revolution. So that's like a year. Okay. So then we divide that 1,000 years, and then a day is 1,000 years with God, as but a watch in the night. Okay, so that's a quote. One Paradise-Havona day is just 7 minutes. Oh, less than 1,000 years of the present Urantia leap year calendar. Okay, got it. So it's that close to 1,000 years. So it's 7 minutes less than 1,000 years of leap year of our calendar, our present calendar. Okay, this Paradise-Havona day is a standard time measurement for the 7 superuniverses, although each maintains its own internal time standards. So it's like universal time or something like that. Okay, on the outskirts of this vast central universe, far out beyond the 7th belt of Havona worlds, there swirl an unbelievable number of enormous dark gravity bodies. Like, I'm thinking of like black holes or something, big dark gravity bodies. These multitudinous dark masses are quite unlike other space bodies in many particulars. Even in form, they are very different. These dark gravity bodies neither reflect nor absorb light. They are non-reactive to physical energy light, and they so completely encircle the and enshroud Havona as to hide it from the view of even nearby inhabited universes of time and space. Okay, they do a perfect job. The great belt of dark gravity bodies is divided into 2 equal elliptical circuits by a unique space intrusion. The inner belt revolves counterclockwise, the outer revolves clockwise. These alternate directions of motion, coupled with the extraordinary mass of the dark bodies, So effectively equalize the lines of Havona gravity as to render the central universe a physically balanced and perfectly stabilized creation. Okay, so if these are elliptical circuits, that implies that they have another center. There's because an ellipse has two centers. So what is the nature of that other center? So one is paradise, one is not paradise. Another ellipse or something. And another center of the ellipse. Okay. But Havona is a perfectly stabilized creation. So these are outside of the Havona circuits. So there's another center in there. The inner procession of dark gravity bodies is tubular in arrangement. Totally tubular, dude. Right? No, sorry. I got to stop doing that. Consisting of 3 circular groupings. What are they telling me? So that, like, tubular in arrangement. So these dark gravities are going like in a spiral, like in a coil around Havona, like a slinky, like a giant slinky spread out around Havona, and they're moving in a coil around there. Okay. Consisting of 3 circular groupings. Okay, so there's 3 circles that are moving in this tube. A cross section of this circuit would exhibit 3 concentric circles of about equal density. Okay. Density. How does this thing have density? These are black holes. 3 concentric circles of about equal density. The outer circuit of dark gravity bodies is arranged perpendicularly, being 10,000 times higher than the inner circuit. Okay, so it's perpendicular. So maybe they're going like around, like this way, so that it's not flat. It adds the okay. Being 10,000 times higher than the inner circuit. The up and down diameter of the outer circuit is 50,000 times that of the transverse diameter. So that's an ellipse. So it's a very big, goes way up and way down, but only this big this way. Oh, I don't know. Okay, and then I'm thinking the inner circuit is going clockwise would be this way, and this other one goes counterclockwise, but it's perpendicular. Okay, that's crazy. The intervening space which exists between these 2 circuits of gravity bodies is unique in that nothing like it is to be found elsewhere in all the wide universe. This zone is characterized by enormous wave movements of an up and down nature and is permeated by tremendous energy activities of an unknown order. In our opinion, nothing like the dark gravity bodies of the central universe will characterize the future evolution of the outer space levels. Okay, so this is something that's exclusive. These guys are, we regard these alternate processions of stupendous gravity balancing bodies as unique in the master universe. Okay, I believe it. I believe it. Okay. That's it for today. Okay, so you got some idea of the physical structure of Paradise-Havona. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.